close in the same age
$10.
around here, so I'm gonna guess that maybe everybody remembers maybe 50, 57 years ago, stock car racing was on a dirt track. Richard Petty, dirt track. One of my uncles from South Carolina was a stock car racer, and he raced on a dirt track. And I'm from Charlotte, and so I was very familiar with, going to Shuffletown Drag or, Charlotte Motor Speedway before it became what it is now, and dust flying everywhere, and it was just a lot of fun. So when I was about 5 years old, my dad and one of my Uncle Homer, took me to watch my uncle race, my other Uncle Lathan race. And so back then the bleachers were wooden and they were tiered, but the old rickety, rackety bleachers that you'd have to climb up to. So we were up on the top level, left corner, so if the guys needed to go run somewhere, they could jump off right quick. Well, sitting right directly in front of us was this elderly gentleman from the farm. He had on his suspender bib overalls and a flannel shirt. He'd been out working that day, came to watch the race, and he's sitting basically in front of me. I'm in between my dad and my Uncle Homer. They decided they were going to indulge a little bit, so one of them got down and went and bought a tote of peanuts. And back then it was a nickel's worth of peanuts in the shells. So we were sitting there and they were cracking the shells, feeding me peanuts. They were eating peanuts, drinking Pat's Blue Ribbon beer. And it was hot and sunny, and they were probably drinking way more than they should have. But, they were behaving as well as they could at that time with the little 5-year-old sitting in between them. Well, the farmer sitting in front of us was just as kind, quiet, gentle as he could be. As they cracked open the peanuts, they'd take the shells, they'd put them in the brim of that old farmer's hat. And they just kept eating, and they just kept putting them in the brim of his hat, filling that hat up. Whoops. And it would get to a certain point, it would be so heavy, that farmer would just, he was sitting there on the edge too. Take it off, I'll clean these up.
It's okay.
And he'd empty out that hat, he'd put it back on, he'd sit there and watch that race. They'd continue to drink and to eat. It was so funny. I just lay there, take a nap on this lap, take a nap on that lap or whatever. But when the race was over, that kind old farmer got up, emptied out his hat, made his way down the bleachers, didn't say a word, didn't start a fight, didn't turn around, didn't say anything, because I'm sure he was young at one time. He probably overindulged at one time. And there was a little 5-year-old sitting there, so he probably didn't want to say anything. So he got down. And my dad and my Uncle Homer, they were ready to go home, drunk as cooters, remember that word. We climbed down the bleachers, get in the car, and go home. So the moral of the story is, don't drive drunk. Right? That's it.
Yay!